My name is Aaron Oyler. I'm a detective with the Grant County Sheriff's Department. I've worked here for 15 years and worked in the capacity as a detective for 4 years. One of the biggest contrasts we have from our old system to the iRecord system is it was antiquated, it was all outdated system, it was VCR tapes or DVDs. There was no continuity between what happened to where it went, or the chain of command was always some kind of problem. Typically things would not get labeled. A deputy or a detective would just lay it to the side and try to come back to it later, forget what to write on it and have to reburn another copy, or the system would fail, it would go down. There just always seemed to be a problem with the equipment failure. Anything you could think of that would go bad seemed to always happen. Since we began using iRecord, things have become much more efficient, very streamlined, time-saving all the time. We don't have to walk across the parking lot to make a copy of something because it's over there. It's always where we are. It's always accessible. So in my line of work, saving 10 minutes can be great because I don't have to, that's 10 minutes I could be using on something else. So I can easily make 2 or 3 copies from one interview right there at my desk. I don't have to walk to another building and insert another CD and another CD and another CD. It's all right there. Very easy. It's just one click. And the other thing that's really nice is that everything is logged categorically. I don't have to shuffle through papers and go through a bunch of folders to look where I saved that, where I put that, where in the evidence room I saved that. Everything is already on the server and it's one click away. Our departments have been using iRecord since 2010. The iRecord products that we're currently using is we have 2 recording rooms at the Sheriff's Department, which is also our jail, and we have 2 recording rooms here, which is an interview room and a polygraph room. Those rooms also have the ability to do live monitoring from anywhere. We also have iRecord Anywhere, which is on the laptop here. We use this a lot of time for field interviews. We use it for house visits. We use it for rape suspects or rape victims at the jail. The benefit of having the Anywhere system is a lot of times people feel uncomfortable about coming to a police-dominated atmosphere. They feel like they may be intimidated or just in trouble in general. So being able to go where they feel more comfortable is great. And when you're doing an interview, people always react and respond the best when they feel comfortable. When we began using iRecord, the benefits we noticed immediately were just the simplicity of it. Being able to go back and make recordings and copies of things, being able to access it from anywhere is a tremendous asset because it saves us so much time from having to walk from one building to another. Another great feature is if we have a newer deputy or new officer doing an interview, we can go back and watch that later and either critique or help them along in their skill. Another great feature of the iRecord that we use is the ability to just take a thumb drive with me. With so many other agencies using the iRecord system, it's very easy for us to just take a thumb drive and do our recording there, do our interview there at their facility. And I don't have to take a stack of CDs with me or another laptop or some other recording device. I can simply take a thumb drive out of my pocket, stick it in their computer, make my copy there and bring it back to my agency without ever having to lug around heavy laptops or computers. The reason our department used iRecord and chose it over our competitors is because we had a deputy who worked for our department who was also working with iRecord. Once he showed us how simple it was to use and it was being used by other agencies, we decided to go with that simply because it was going to fit our agency the best. So one case that comes to mind where iRecord has really helped us tremendously was we had a homicide case. Traditionally, Detective Work 101, you start your investigation with just neighborhood checks, asking who saw what, if anyone saw anything, and that ultimately led us to our killer. What happened was we began to just do normal routine neighborhood checks, and when we got to the suspect's house, he and his girlfriend refused to talk to us. They didn't want to talk to us. They slammed the door in our face. What ended up happening was they were nervous because they thought we knew what they had done. Of course, at that point we didn't know, but being able to go back over to their house and interview them with the iRecord Anywhere system with the laptop was great, because there was no way we were going to talk them into coming to the Sheriff's Department for an interview. Later on in the case, that served a great purpose, because we can show how they acted, their demeanor, the fear in their eye, their body language. Those are things that you can't really articulate in a report. It's very hard sometimes to write a narrative and describe in detail how someone acts and how someone's treating you. But when a prosecutor or a judge or a defense attorney or a jury can see that on a video, that speaks volumes. That's better than anybody can ever write.